everyone, it's me, and as you can see I've got my pinny on because I am going to be getting rather messy. I'm going to be doing a canvas. I'm going to do a male canvas, and I'm using predominantly Imagination Crafts products. And I've got this piece of rice paper, and I'm going to use this image, and I might use some of this as well. And this is that, and then I'm going to be using, I'll just pop this up, hopefully you can see it. I'm going to be using this car stencil, again from Imagination Crafts, and I'm going to be using this car. So, without further ado, let's make a start. Okay, so I've got this canvas and it measures, let's do inches and centimetres. So in inches it is 12 inches by 8 3/4, and in centimetres it is 30 centimetres by say 22 and a half centimetres. The products I'm going to be using are, as I said, predominantly Imagination Crafts. So I've got the stencil and the rice paper, and I'm going to be using Starlight metallic paint in blue, lilac blue, aqua and mint. I'm going to be using the malachite structure paste, texture paste in a nice green, and I'm using the fabric decoupage glue on my rice papers. And I've also got the stones as well. I've got the small, medium and large ones. So we're going to just make a start, and I've got an idea on how I want it. I'm not sure whether to go landscape, but I know I want the image, and I want my car along the bottom. But so first things first, what I want to do is paint my canvas with my craft mat on. So I just want to bring that in. Let's move things out of the way so I've got more room. And I'm going to have a play with the art cuts as well. I might put them in a couple of the corners, so I've got all different styles and that. And I've got a couple of the mandala stencils as well, so I'm just going to have a play. Today this canvas is all just about playing with my new products and having a good old time of it. So first off, I just want to spritz my canvas, wet my canvas. I've not put no gesso on because I'm just going to go in with the starlights. And I've got a spatula, so I'm just going to take a bit out and put it on my mat, which you can just see to my left, because as you know I'm left-handed, and just going to put a bit of the three colours because I want them all to mix. I'm going to mix them all up. Oops, that's not good. So I've got, let's see, so this is the mint, that's the aqua, and that's the lilac blue. And I've got a nice flat brush, and this is an inch brush, and I'm just going to wet it, and then I'm just going to take the paint off here, and I'm just going to mix the colours work my way across. I think my canvas has dried because it's so dry here today. Just going to make sure it's wet. And work the colours in. So I'm getting a nice mixture of colours. Just add a bit of blue to the top. At this stage I'm not worrying about the sides because I'm going to add some of the alchemy wax to the sides. To the sides, so it will bring it all in. And I'm thinking, in hindsight, maybe I should have given this a coat of gesso, but it doesn't matter, it's still going on quite nicely. So I've got a nice mixture of the blue, the lilac blue, the aqua and the mint. So I'm really pleased with how the background is looking. There we go. So I've mixed all the colours together. I'm quite happy with that. So if I just tilt it, you can almost see the sheen. So I'm really pleased with that. So I'm just blending, going once over, and I'm just going to give it a quick spritz with water, and I'm just going to just blend. There we go. So I'm quite happy with that now. Just do the edges, wiggling my brush around just to catch the weave, which is why in hindsight I should have maybe gessoed this, but never mind, it's done now. Okay, so I'm going to pop that to one side, and I'm going to get, always don't leave your brushes in there. Now for this, I want to cut this out, but first what I'm going to do is, because I want to use these, I'm going to use some water, and I'm just going to go round and wet it. In fact, I'm not going to cut it, I'm going to make it so it's feathery, so it'll look blend into the and all you do is just gently tease, gently tease it, and it does come away very nicely. Thank you very much. So that is, if you can see the feathering, can you see the feathering? Looks good. So I've decided I'm going to feather it, I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to go round the shape of the frame. I think it would look a lot better like that, and then just gently tease using my nails and just tease it, being careful you don't And I'm doing this canvas actually with my dad in mind, because my dad absolutely loves cars. He loves especially the old cars as well. Growing up we always had cars. We always had a car. And with this, out of the his three daughters, I'm the only one, would you believe, that drives. And I was the quiet daughter of us all, and he never ever thought that I would drive, but I surprised him. And my sisters don't drive either, so, which he thought they would do, but they never have. So I'd be lost without my car. I love driving. I don't mind driving at all. I even drove to my mum and dad yesterday. I quite enjoyed it. I've never driven, the only place I've driven abroad is when I was in the Territorial Army. I was in the TA, we went on exercise to Germany. So see, I've still got them, and I could use them on cards or maybe another canvas. I'm not sure about them yet. I might use these on this, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm just going to pop that to one side so it doesn't get damaged. So there's my lovely, lovely image. And I'm just going to bring my board in, because hopefully I'm just going to give this a quick blast with the heat gun. Right, so that is done, dried. So now I'm going to get some of the fabric decoupage glue. I'm just going to put a bit on there, and I'm going to put the glue on the back, making sure that I can still get the feathering. I don't want to lose my feathering at all. I ummed and ahed about putting copier paper, gluing this onto copier paper first, but then I would lose the fraying, and I didn't really want that. It smells quite nice actually as well. Some glues absolutely stink, but this smells quite nice. I quite like the smell of this. Right, okay, so I've decided that I'm going to do it landscape, and I'm just going to bring my image in here. And then I'm going to, hopefully, she says, because I don't want no creases in this, so I'm just going to take my time. I'll bring it into shot. Let me just move this out the way. There we go. Lift this up a minute, and I'm just going to use the decoupage glue to just add it on. Oops. The feathering just looks amazing, looks fabulous. So, I really do like the feathering on this. Just curl that up a bit, and I don't want that. There we go. So I'm just going to make sure that I've covered the whole of the rice paper, and this acts also as a sealant, so this will seal my my rice paper. So that's that done. I'll just pop that over to one side. And the next step I want to do is I want to bring my car in. And I'm going to put my car there. Just there. So I'm just going to give it a quick spray with Stick Away. While I'm working on this, it'll stick and not move. There we go. And I'm going to use the texture paste now, malachite. So, and I want my stubby brush. She says, where are my stubby brushes? My stubby brushes. This is a stencil brush, so I just need to wipe that colour off there. And I'm going to get some of this off. There we go. And I'm just going to pop some on there. You can really hear the crunch. It's wonderful stuff. I love this stuff. And I'm going to work it into my brush. And I'm just going to stick it. Whoops. Oh, it's moved. It's not stuck very well to my canvas. I apologise for the just taking my time. Because there's so many parts to it, it's not sitting as well, so not stuck as well as I wanted it to be. And I think that's because this is more of a box frame canvas than a flat one, where I would have more control. So I've just got to be really, really, really careful so I don't contaminate the rest of my canvas. Just going round gently. It's quite nice, quite therapeutic, just stippling. So let's do the reveal. Looks quite good, doesn't it? only a little bit there that where it's kind of moved a bit, but that's fine. So I'll just lift it up for you, and if I tilt it you can see the shine on that. It's like a hint of a gold in it as well. So I'm really liking that. So what I need to do is I need to now pop this back in the pot, scrape what's on my brush in the pot and get that straight into water. Never leave your brushes soaking in water because you'll ruin them. So I'm just kind of got the excess, and then what's here, the excess here, I'm going to put back in my pot. Any excess that's on the canvas, I'm going to scrape that off as well. And then I'm going to just going to go and pop this in water. The is soaking in water, and I've just got a little drop here. There we go. So next I'm going to bring in some of my magic cuts. I'm going to bring some of my magic cuts, and you get 2 sheets, and I fancy having one coming down there and possibly one coming up there. So I'm going to snip them off. Says. There we go. I'm going to take 2 of them. So they look nice there. I'm going to put one there, and we'll have this one, I think. Notice I'm keeping them in the frame, and by keeping them in the frame they won't get damaged. So I'm going to keep that in the frame. So I've got 2 for, I'm going to put one there either side. So now I just want to snip them. Snip the other bits off. You don't want them. And then I'm going to colour them. And I think I've got some spritz. So we're going to have one there. I'm going to have one there like that. I think they look really nice. So, what do I want next? I want some, so I've got some of the alchemy wax on white gold. And what I'm going to do is, oh look at the lids, oh look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape some off and just pop it on there. And I know I can add water to this colour. So I want to colour these, so I'm going to pop that to one side out of the way, bring this in, and I want a brush. So I've got my brush, and I'm just going to add some water just it's nice to play with new products. So I've not used played with the alchemy wax. I mean, I've used other waxes, but not. And now, remember when I said I didn't mind about not having the, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the gold. In fact, I want more water. And I'm just going to water it down and just give it kind of like a gold colour wash. Right, so there we are. I've got a gold colour wash all the way around, and so before I put that away, I'm just going to pop them over there while they're drying, and I want to wipe this up. Give that a good wash later. So I've done that, and I'm going to put them on. There like that. That one can go there like that. But I just feel there's something missing there. Just feel like there's something missing, maybe some words or something. But first, before I do anything, I'm going to get some of this on here, and I'm going to dry brush, she says, my brush, yeah. So I'm just going to wake it up my brush, and I'm just going to dry brush the top edges of it with the wax, and just the flat of my brush. There we go. Right, I've decided that I'm going to do a bit more stenciling around here, and I'm going to have a look for some. I'm going to have a look. I've got this A4 folder, and I'm going to just have a quick look. Oh, I know what I could do. Got some tyre tracks. Excellent. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to use some of the black alchemy wax, and I'm just going to get my sponge dabber. So I've got a sponge dabber, put some onto here. Uh-oh. And introduce some of these. Just thought it might be good to have the tie track going all the way across. Looks quite good, doesn't it? Right. Don't know whether to just put, I'm not sure whether to just do that across there like that. Need a bit more black. That's come out really good. Quite like that. And then if I add that onto there like that, you can still see the higher thread underneath, and that on there. Okay, so we've got that, and I've just got the words vintage, the letters I should say, not the words, vintage, and that is what I'm going to put along there. So first I'm going to give them a colour wash. And that So first I need to just give them a colour wash. I'm going to glue these, and I want my glossy accents. And I'm just going to quickly just add dots here and there. So there we are, that's them two done, and all I want to do, I was going to put vintage on, but you know, I don't think I will, because I quite like it just how it is, not over fussy, and you can see if I tilt it. So I think I'm going to call this canvas complete actually. I was thinking about putting vintage on, but I just think it might be a bit too much. A bit too much. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. But I think I'm going to leave that and say that's completed. Because I think if I put the word on, it's just going to be too overpowering and it's going to take away from what I've already done. I know what I will add, and I'll just get my I know what I will add instead of the word, and that is I will add a few of the cogs. I'll add a few cogs, I think, around. I've got these lovely cogs. In fact, I've got metal ones and I've got thingy ones as well. You know what? I think I've got some newish ones. And what I might do is I might just add a bit of, just tone them down a bit. And add a few cogs. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add a couple of cogs. I'm going to add them one each to the centre of that, and then just have a couple in the corner there. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Can't not put cogs on when I've got car. So, oh, shall I just do them like that? What do you think? I don't want to take away from them because I've already done them. And I just want to add the cogs there. Maybe have a couple coming in on the side here. No, I'm just going to put it there. I don't want to do too much. Yeah, I'll put them there like that, I think. What do you think? I think it just kind of finishes it off. It's got some, I don't want to take away from all of this, and even though I'm tempted to really go to town on this, I don't really want to. Maybe what I might do actually is just extend this across. Let's see. I might just extend that across. Ooh. Oh dear. I'm just going to extend this across. Just so it's like fading off. And I might just bring some some little dots in from the side. Just add a few more dots here, and I'll just add a few here as well. I think I'm going to call that complete. I'll add this, and I'm going to call this canvas complete. Right, there we go. I'm happy with that now. Now that I've moved that across and it kind of fades off into the background, and I've added some, just broken this blue up and blue and green up here and here, and I'm really happy with that. That card stencil is amazing. I love it. Maybe it'll have worked better on a flatter canvas, whereas this is more like a box. But other than that, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, your support of my channel. I really, really do appreciate it. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.